Ooh, yeah, baby. Oh, man, back in the house, dude. It's been a long time, huh?
Yeller.
You are listening to the Riz and Howard podcast featuring yours truly, Riz and Howard, the Great Poupon, along with my co-host, the incomparable Jon M. Laws. Yeah! Oh, yeah. We are here broadcasting live from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, USA, planet Earth, baby. Doing things, man. It is the day after Thanksgiving.
Right.
How was your holiday, sir?
My holiday was fantastic. I did 2 rounds. I did the mother-in-law and I did my grandmother, which is a tradition. So I ate very well at both places. My only regret, if I had to have one, not that you have to have one, was that I had intended on buying some Tupperware, especially for those occasions, so I can take plates home. But I didn't do that, so I'm kind of kicking myself about that now.
Fatal flaw, my brother.
Right.
Very good. That is wonderful to hear, man. It was definitely a tryptophan high for me as well.
Oh yeah.
As many of my listeners know, this was the first Thanksgiving without my father. So I just want to give a shout out to the old man. Rest in peace, man. Long live Big Ralph. You understand what I'm saying?
Most deaf.
Yeah, but everything was cool, man. Me and the wifey stayed in town. Went over to my mom's house and had Thanksgiving. And like I said, it was interesting, because it was the first time we was doing it with our dad. But everybody seemed to be in good spirits and stuff like that.
That's what's up.
Man. But yeah. So Turkey Day is over. What am I thankful for? Well, first, I'm very thankful that the Dallas Cowboys are out of the playoff hunt.
Oh, they are.
Before Thanksgiving. You understand what I'm saying, brother?
That's good to hear.
Well, praise the Lord, man. I hate Dallas Cowboy fans as much as I do Duke fans. Okay?
Wow.
I can't deal with them, man.
So you can tolerate the teams, but they're fans.
I can't. They're fans, man. They think they're better than everybody.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? You don't like Duke, do you? Oh, okay. You looked up like, wait, hold up.
Nah.
But, so, just a nice holiday season, man. Here we are the day afterwards. Eli is having a ball. It seemed like he enjoyed the family. And
Clearly.
That. So, but no, so we got a lot of things going on. The one thing I wanted to start out with, because this particular pod is not going to be a movie review, right? This week we doing all Jon's thoughts, but also just shooting the shit. Right. And the one thing I wanted to talk about, I was talking to you about a little bit earlier, is Louis C.K., man. You got the Harvey Weinstein, R. Kelly, Louis C.K. It is basically people are coming to grips with the fact that Hollywood, as well as everywhere, is shitty. Everywhere, homie. Especially when it comes to sexual misconduct.
Right.
You know what I mean? You think, the way, because I've heard everybody talk about this, a million different ways, especially with Louis C.K., right?
Right.
And so, instead of asking the regular question of, what was he getting out of it, and why would you? Hey, man, people like the weirdest shit. It is what it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can't eat Oreos when they're all together.
But apart, you can mess with them.
Yeah, like when I, scrape the cream out.
It's all good.
Then put the 2 cookies back together. Then I can eat them like that.
Okay.
But like all together, it's like it make me want to gag. It's kind of weird. Yeah, you know what I mean? But it's weird, and it's something personal about me.
Right.
And I can't explain it. So it's the same thing with all those little weird sexual preferences and stuff like that.
Right.
No, I never asked like, okay, what was he getting out of it? He was getting out of it whatever he was getting out of it.
Well, yeah, don't take much.
Right. Same thing. Darren Sharper. It's like, what was he getting out of it? He could have paid for that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the thing is, there was something about the actual the trick. Yeah, the that was what was appealing to him.
Right.
Now, so here's the questions that I have about that situation. Okay, especially in the case of Louis C.K., is it sexual? That's the first thing, right? Then, the second thing is, okay, knowing that, looking at it from the thing of like the trick,
right,
is the pulling it out in front of, that's the part that's appealing to him.
The shock value.
Okay, is there a way for him to do this legally, the right way, etc., etc.?
Yes, there is.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing is, okay, now is this a sexual thing?
Would I say it's sexual? I would say yes, because it involves genitalia.
Okay.
I would say that in nature makes it a sexual act. Do I think going along the same lines where I think you may be going, is that if I were to give it a percentage, I would say the act itself is probably 30% or less sexual. Okay,
and that's what I was thinking.
Right. Yeah.
Like the emotions behind the act.
Right.
It's not from a sexual place.
Right.
More so
because in the case of Louis C.K., it wasn't that he wanted the women to touch him or he wanted to put it on him or nothing like that. It was more that he was getting off on them seeing him.
Or being surprised.
Right.
Or something, you know what I mean?
Right.
So now, because as I was saying, like, then, if you look at it like that, then yeah, man, this was a straight up power play.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, hey, I'm getting off on the ability to do this more so than the actual act of doing it.
Right.
So that's the first thing. Now, so then the second thing about it is like, okay, then how do you do that right?
To do that the right way, they call them nudist colonies. If you just want to have it out, you can do that all day long.
If you just want to have it out. So so now what I'm saying is, okay, we sit him down on the couch.
Right.
I'm a psychologist, and he say, yo, the thing that I get off on is their surprise reaction. That's what I get off on.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And so, like, is there a legal way to do that? Or is this like, okay, or is it like, hey man, there's some certain fetishes that you have to suppress. You just have to suppress them.
I think you can. There are ways. I'd say there are ways around everything. Just because I'm an optimist like that, I would say if you want to do that, then you would have to. In my opinion, you'd have to arrange a third party to find willing participants, quote unquote, who would act surprised, I guess, or who would be fully aware of it. So
something like. So, okay, because this is what I want to do. This is the discussion I want to have. Like, how would you plan this out? So, like, I'm saying, like, what if you say, okay, I want a party full of, women or whatever.
Right.
Whatever you're into or whoever you want to show it to.
Right.
So,
yeah, hey.
I don't know, whatever types of women you want.
Right.
Kind of thing. So, they all have to be about dick level high. And so, you want to show it to them, whatever, right? They sign a disclaimer saying, one of the 10 things listed here can happen.
Right.
Blah, 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 da, 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 da.
Right.
Exposure of genitalia, blah, blah, blah.
Boom.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So, I guess, like, that would be as good as he could get it.
Yeah, that would be, and there's, I mean, they got donkey shows, so I'm quite certain you could find a group of chicks that would, or whoever, you can find a group of people who would be down with you whipping it out and going to town. Yeah. So I like we were alluding to, I don't really think that it was the sexual thing, because the sexual thing is that's a quick fix, that's a small fix, not a problem. Yeah. You can find people, especially if you're famous, you have a couple dollars. Yes. You can find people to get down with some of the weirdest stuff.
The weirdest stuff, yeah.
Right. So,
well, and that's the one thing. The other thing about it that I'm starting to see is like this, because it's like your favorite people. Yeah. Or even your most respected artists. Okay, because like you look at an R. Kelly. Yeah. And it's like, you say whatever you want to say about the sex thing. Right. Now, okay, if you separate him from his music, it is groundbreaking. It is genius. Yeah. It is, you know what I mean? It is,
trend setting.
Trend setting. It is, it changed a lot of things, and you know, and it's really good straight up musicianship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the singing is always on, all that kind of stuff, right? So you look at him. You look at a dude like Harvey Weinstein. His whole thing was he thought outside of the box and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Louis C.K. man, his comedy is so interesting because it's so, you know how you have like anti-heroes in those movies. So he's like an anti-comic comic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you see all this stuff, and my question a lot of times is like, okay, man, is there a common thread of deviance
I would venture
in their life?
I'd venture to say, yeah. There's an old adage about genius and tragedy going hand in hand, and how you can find stories all the way back to recorded time where we have people who are quote unquote geniuses or pioneers in their field. I'm thinking specifically about Mozart and how they say he was lascivious.
He's like the first rock star.
Right, and how he wrote nasty songs, and he wrote I believe it was Mozart, and you can correct me if I'm wrong later on, who wrote a letter to a second cousin or something like that, saying that what he wanted to do with her, basically, essentially. So, you know, and like about the drunken parties that he would have, and you know, just all sorts of stuff. And he's not the only one from the Victorian era, or even around that same era, who were basically on that same weird stuff. Geniuses who, like, you know, had these proclivities. Even Benjamin Franklin and a lot of the early Constitution signers had these hellfire parties. I think we talked about that before.
So it's like right. So like a cat who got the balls to fly a kite in a thunderstorm.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. He probably got some weird sex thing he do too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so. You know, you look up, you should look at Magic Johnson. You know, it's like, I'm gonna be a 6'9" point guard. Yeah, he's got a deviant thread through his life. He's decided I'll do. It may not be common, but I'll do it. You know, and so, hey, does that also follow these people into the bedroom? Yeah. But enough star fucking. Let's take a break and. We'll be back with a little bit more from the Riz Pod. Peace. If you'd like to advertise your product or service, reach out to us at therizpod@yahoo.com. TheRizPod@yahoo.com.